Following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. It's a rather large series this weekend at Dodger Stadium as the Cincinnati Reds try to force their way back into the race in the National League West. But if Friday night was an example, it's going to be a long weekend. The Reds started first in the top of the second. Cesar Geronimo with a solo shot off for Bert Hooten. Or Bert Hooten, easy for me to say. 1-0 Reds, and then the Dodgers just stormed right through. Billy North on an error by the pitcher, Fred Norman, made it 1-1. Bert Hooten, a sac fly, 2-1 after 2. Lee Lacy hits a 2-run shot in the third, his 9th of the year. 4-1 Dodgers. In the 5th, Steve Garvey hits a moonshot, 5-1 on his solo blast. And in the 8th, the Dodgers just broke it open. Davey Lopes, Billy Russell, Steve Garvey, Ron Cey, and Dusty Baker all drove in runs as the Dodgers scored 5. George Foster with a garbage time homer in the 9th. But the Dodgers go to 44-24, the best record in baseball, as they win this opener, this 3-game set, 10-2. Next, Game 2 at Dodger Stadium. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1978. Tonight from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. It is the Los Angeles Dodgers against the Cincinnati Reds. Brought to you by DigitalDice.com. The best podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Tom Hume against Don Sutton. Next. Well, getting a late start after a little bit late lunch, but Don Sutton's going to start this one right on time. The Dodgers dropped their first, in this huge homestand, they dropped their first 2 to Houston. And then they won the Wednesday game, and then they beat Cincinnati last night. So in this big old homestand, they're 2-2 against their big division rivals. And so the Dodgers hope to get on the plus side of the ledger and win their 45th game in this one. Don Sutton, 9-5 with a 4.12 ERA. Hopes to win his 10th of the year. Tom Hume, on the other hand, not really a starter. He's more of a bullpen pitcher. The Reds are at 39-30 and 5.5 back of the Dodgers with the Astros in between. It's really important for the Reds as we play the 24th of June to make some hay and win this one. 81 degrees, not a breath of wind. It's a beautiful day for baseball. And let's get right to it here on Retro Sports Network. So hello, Appa Chatter, an Amazon original ad. How you doing, Big Clue and Robbie? You big bad vapor, you. You deserve the anti-vaping ad. So here we go. Don Sutton, 9-5 on the year with a 4.12 ERA. He is making his 15th start. He has won his last 3 decisions. Fastball pitcher at 86, and because it's a Dodger Stadium, you can get away with being a fly-ball pitcher. His last start came against the Expos on the 18th of June, almost a week ago. 7 1/3 innings, 12 hits. He got the win despite giving up 7 runs, all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 5. In 113 2/3 innings, he's allowed 104 hits, 58 runs, 52 earned, 14 homers. He's walked 33 and struck out 72. He started 1 game against the Reds and lost. He allowed 9 hits and 6 runs over 8. DJ John, listening, and I'm doing all right, Robbie. How are you? The Reds are 9 over 500, as Big Clue says, but the Dodgers are 20 over and surging. And Lorenzo is here rooting for the Dodgers. Too late for that. Please, no fighting in the stands. So it'll be Pete Rose leading off for the Reds at third base. Ken Griffey is in right field. He'll bat second. Dave Concepcion bats third at short. Why? I don't know. How you doing, Mark Forsberg? George Foster cleans up in left. Dan Dreesen will bat fifth at first. Cesar Geronimo, the center fielder, will hit sixth. Junior Kennedy at second will bat seventh. For a game that the Reds really need, having Vic Carrell behind the plate batting eighth doesn't help their cause. And Tom Hume is on the mound. Defensively for the Dodgers, Dusty Baker, a 7 and a 4 in left. Billy North, a 5 and a 3 in center. Lee Lacy is a 5 and a 6 in right. Again, no Reggie Smith in the lineup. Ron Say is a 7 at third. Bill Russell, an 8 at short. Davey Lopes, a 10 at second. Steve Garvey, a 9 at first. And Steve Yeager behind the plate, a 7 and an 8. Sutton is an 8 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Rose at .321, 2 homers and 18 RBI. How the heck is Davey Garcia, a Concepcion, batting third? Yep, we're in place for another month. So Sutton's ready, and so are we. Pitch to Rose is a liner into right field. That'll drop in front of Lacy. And that's how the ball game will start. So Rose gets a single. Brings up the mutton chop, Ken Griffey, at .273, 3 homers and 28 RBI. Had a little bit of a late lunch, some fried eggs and bacon, and an English muffin. And that's exactly what we call it, hunkering down. Pitch to Griffey is a bunt. Yeager will go to second. Russell's there, and they got the lead runner in Rose. So not a good bunter is Mr. Griffey, and so that's a fielder's choice. No double play. Concepcion, I don't get this at all. .276, 2 homers, and 27 RBI. He did hit 33 doubles on the real year. But you'd think that he'd be more of a bottom-of-the-order lineup. Oh, no, the country's not past peak, Robbie. Pitch to Concepcion is a ground ball to third. Say to Lopes, and now for 1 over to Garvey. That's 2. And so the side is retired on the double play. No runs, a hit, nobody left. Half an inning in the books. It's Cincinnati, nothing. Los Angeles coming up. Yeah, we're under it till May 15th at a minimum. How you doing, Tribe fan? And New York, of course, being hard hit, where Rickinator 5-5 is. So we got another full month of this to go. Davey Lopes will lead it off for the Dodgers. Tom Hume, making his 13th start of the year, is 1-8 with a 4.85 ERA. That's not good. He has started twice against the Dodgers, is 0-1, so in 14 and a third innings, he's allowed 15 hits, 9 runs, all earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 10 with an ERA of 5.65. So the fastball at 87. A fly ball pitcher who throws the fastball. His last outing was June 17th, an inning and 2/3 against the Cardinals. He must have been hurt, or he might have been going out of the pen. 1 hit and 1 strikeout. So 85 and a third innings in total, 91 hits. 48 runs, 46 earned, 8 homers. He walked 24 and struck out 41. Yep, Hume had 5 quality starts. Is that right? 6-game losing streak. Yes. 5 quality starts and 12 total starts for a percentage of 41.7. And in the month of June, he's pitched 3 games and is 0-2 with an ERA of 6.43. So here's the lineup he'll face. Davey Lopes will lead off at second base. Bill Russell is at short. He'll bat second. Steve Garvey hit third and play first. Ron Say will clean up at third. Dusty Baker in left will bat fifth. Lee Lacy is in right. He'll go sixth. Billy North in center will go seventh. Steve Yeager behind the plate will go eighth. And Sutton threw 8 pitches in his half of the first and will bat ninth. That's right. You go back to Jackie Robinson's debut yesterday being Jackie Robinson Day. Bullpens actually existed in 1947. Was surprised both starters only went 6. Brooklyn was not a team that used a lot of complete games. George Foster, by the way, a 5 and a 5. In left, Cesar Geronimo, a 9 and a 5. In center, Ken Griffey, a 7 and an 8 in right. Mr. Rose is a 4 at third. Concepcion, a 9 at short. Junior Kennedy is a 6 at second. No Joe Morgan. Dan Dreesen, an 8 in right. And Vic Corella, 4 and a 6 behind the plate. Hume is an 8 on the mound with a 9.75 fielding percentage. That's right. Furpo Marbury was the first great full-time reliever. Absolutely right. Joe Page in the 30s for the Yankees. Johnny Murphy was another good reliever. You're absolutely right, Big Clue. Davey Lopes at 295, 7 homers and 24 RBI. He's not going to bunt. He slaps that one into left field, and Foster will pick it up on a hop. So Lopes has a single, and that'll bring up Billy Russell at 246. No homers and 27 RBI. Hit and run is on. There goes Lopes. Ground ball to Dreesen. His only play is at first. And Lopes moves to second. Russell is retired. Brings up Garvey. 328. 11 homers and 51 RBI. 81 degrees. A beautiful day here at Dodger Stadium. A packed house on hand. And then we'll go to the Santa Monica Pier for some cotton candy. Pitch to Garvey is into left. Foster will go back and make the catch. I.D. Jester, how are you? Lopes tags the throw to third, and Davies in there. Foster with an average arm, but Lopes has good speed. Ronnie Say at 257, 11 homers and 40 RBI. Both teams have a hit as we play the bottom of the first. Pitch to Say is a ground ball to Rose. Over to first, and Dreesen should have it. He does. The side is retired. Dodgers leave 1. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 1, it's the Reds nothing, the Dodgers nothing. ID working hard from home again, so he can come home and watch during his lunch break. Wifey makes him turnovers. Or what are you having for lunch? It'll be Foster, Dreesen, and Geronimo to face Sutton here in the second. Foster at 268, 14 homers and 55 RBI. Pitch to Foster is a liner in the center that will drop in front of Billy North. So the Reds have another hit. And that'll bring up Dan Dreesen at 263, 8 homers and 32 RBI. Pitch from Sutton, ball 4. So runners on first and second. Nobody out for Geronimo, who is playing way over his head, whatever the wife is making. Not sure yet. 274 for Caesar, 3 homers and 21 RBI. I had fried eggs, bacon, and English muffin. It was yummy. They'll pitch to Geronimo, and it got away from Yeager. And so Foster and Dreesen move up 90 on the wild pitch. And so the Reds are threatening here in the second. Nobody out. Big Clue is eating a tuna fish sandwich. That the dog is looking at. Lorenzo got caught with the automod because he used the word hoe. Not in the way that hoe would be used. ID had fish for dinner. He needs some real meat today. Geronimo has a 2-1 count. I don't know. Ask the computer. Pitch to Geronimo. Ground ball to Russell. Foster will score. They go for the shore out at first, and Garvey keeps on the bag. So 1-0 Cincinnati. Dreesen will move to third. And that'll bring up Junior Kennedy at 282. No homers and 4 RBI. Team stovepipe is our latest follower, number 91 here on the channel. And we finally are at 600 again on YouTube, although that's bounced between 601 and 599. It jiggles. Ball four to Kennedy, and Sutton really struggling here in the second. The 3-2 curve was just outside. Yes, the mods are Jucket, a Jucket tool dedicated to harassing Dodger fans. Now, have I ever had to mod DJ John Lorenzo? Have I ever had to say a word to DJ John about his language? Vic Carell is 0 for 1 on the year. This at bat should go pretty well. 238, a homer, and 6 RBI in real life. Pitch to Carell, struck him out. He got him on a full count fastball, and Sutton's up to 30 pitches almost in the inning. 2 out for Tom Hume, and 0-71 with an RBI. Mr. Castro, how are you? Pitch to Hume. Sutton got him. He waved and missed at the cutter at 86, and that will retire the side. But Sutton throws, my goodness, 33 pitches. A run for the Reds on 2 hits, and they leave 2. Inning and a half down. Reds 1, Dodgers nothing. So it'll be Baker, Lacey, and North to face Hume. Dusty at 280, 3 homers, and 28 RBI. Pitch from Hume, struck him out. A 1-2 fastball swung on and missed. Yes, 6:30 or so for the Dave Gardner chat. Baker's only hitting 221 this month. Lee Lacey's at 280, 9 homers, and 31 RBI. Hume delivers, and Lacey chops out one to Rose. Over to Dreesen for the out. So 2 quick out for Billy North at 231, no homers, and 6 RBI. He has stolen 9 bases on the year since coming over from Oakland. Hits that one to Rose, over to first, and that will retire the side. So the Dodgers go in order. After 2, it's the Reds 1, the Dodgers nothing. Because it's fun, Lorenzo. It's fun. Speaking of fun, the Dodgers have won 2 straight, and their lead over Houston is 2 games. The Reds have lost 2 straight. Their deficit now is 5.5. Houston has lost 2 straight, and so they are 2 back. In the East, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh are tied again. The Phillies have won 2 straight. The Pirates lost Friday night. Montreal is 6 back. The Cardinals are 25-45, and it's football season. AL West, the Angels have dropped 6 straight. Kansas City has won 2 straight. They're tied. Minnesota, Texas, and Chicago all in the fight. The Twins and the Rangers have won 5 and 7 straight, respectively. In the East, the Yankees have rattled off 6 straight, including a sweep of the Red Sox. The Orioles have dropped 2 straight. The Red Sox beat them last night, and they're 5.5 back. So through 9 batters, Sutton 2 innings, 41 pitches, 2 hits. The run was earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. Rose started the game with a single. Pitch from Sutton. Got him. So that's 3 straight. An 0-2 breaking ball swung on and missed. Kind of like pigeon poop. It all trickles downhill. Ken Griffey is 0 for 1. My friend Ray and I are going to start a support group for all the abuse we get from Dave. Pitch to Griffey is a ground ball to Lopes, over to first. Garvey keeps his foot on the bag, 2 away. So there will bring up Concepcion, who grounded into a double play, his first time up. Pitch from Sutton is a base hit right center field. Concepcion will hold with a single as Lacey just kind of ripped that one back in. Al's here? George Foster singled and scored the lone run of the ballgame in the second. Throw to first, Concepcion is back. Al is sneaky quiet. Yes, he usually is. Pitch to Foster. Struck him out. So Sutton getting better. The 2-2 was strike 3 called, and the Reds go down. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 2.5, the Redskins. The Reds won. The Dodgers nothing. Yes, we get it. I understand that, Appichatter. So Yeager, Sutton, and Lopes to face Hume here in the bottom of the third. Yeager at 220. No homer, or 7 homers and 26 RBI. Lorenzo feels like he's back in junior high, sitting alone at a table looking forlornly at moi, holding court at a table with all the cool kids. Anyway, back to semi-lurking. I'm playing FM, Football Manager, and losing. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I'm going to just go eat some worms. Pitch to Hume. From Hume to Yeager is a base hit all the way down the line and left. Yeager is on with a stand-up double, and the Dodgers have their second hit. So Sutton will bunt here, hitting 179 with 3 RBI. We'll sit at your table, but you're buying the chocolate milk for me just to do it. So the bunt will come down. Correll's only play is a Kennedy covering, and Yeager goes to third. So the tying run is on third, and 1 out for Lopes, who singled his first time up. So Hume threw 9 batters, 2 1/3 innings. 29 pitches, 2 hits, and a strikeout. And Lopes with a single. Kurt Berglund, how are you? Yeah, don't give ID your lunch money. He blows it on apple turnovers. Pitch to Lopes is a line drive base hit up the middle. So Concepcion got a late jump on it and made the poor play. So the Dodgers have tied this game at 1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Here's Russell, he's 0 for 1. Well, Festus Gerber is Appichatter. Yeah, oh yes, he saves his money to buy some high-quality Stratomatic products. Here's Russell. Lopes will stay, and there's a base hit that goes all the way to the wall in left field. Lopes will round third and try and score. Russell will hold with a double. Concepcion's throw home is in time. So Foster got the jump. He flipped it to Concepcion, who threw a BB home, and they get Lopes trying to score. So we're still tied at 1, 2 outs, and Russell in scoring position for Steve Garvey, who's 0 for 1. And Festus, or Appichatter, chocolate ice cream sandwiches. Oh, yummy. That sounds good. Pitch to Garvey. There's a base hit into center field. Garvey's digging for 2. He's got it. Russell scores, and the Dodgers go up 2-1 as Big Clue jinxes himself. It's a mixed crowd of Reds and Dodgers fans. There's 2 Reds fans and 2 Dodger fans. Ron Say is 0 for 1. Hume delivers, ball 4, and so this is the rough inning for Hume. And now bring up Dusty Baker, who struck out his first time up. So the 3-1 fastball was high. Pitch to Baker. Into right field. Griffey in the corner and makes the catch. He stole it away from a Red fan from Louisville. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Dodgers go ahead. It's Los Angeles 2 since he won after 3. And Dodger Stadium in the sunshine is playing as a hitter's park today. Lefties +4 on the average, righties +1. Home runs +12 for lefties and +13% for righties. I haven't played even about a month. So Lorenzo already claiming the 2-1 lead will hold, despite the fact that Sutton has 55 pitches under his belt through 3. Dreesen walked his first time up, by the way. Oh, I didn't realize he did. Did he call it Louisville? He needs to drink more of that nerve tonic. Pitch to Dreesen is a line drive into center field. North going back, 1 out. We'll bring up Geronimo, who drove in the lone run for the Reds in the second. Pitch. And that's a ground ball to short. Russell over to Garvey for the out. Yeah, it's Louisville. Frankfurt is the second smallest state capital in the country. Only Vermont's Montpelier is smaller. Junior Kennedy walked his first time up. 2 outs, top of the fourth. I know Louisville's not the capital. Pitch to Kennedy. Struck him out, so Sutton got him to swing and miss on an 80-mile-an-hour curveball, and that will retire the side. He doesn't? Dave, geez. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3.5, it's the Dodgers 2, the Reds 1. So Lacey, North, and Yeager to face Hume here in the bottom of the fourth. It's actually spelled Frankfort. F-A-R-N-K-F-O-R-T. But you're right otherwise. Pitch to Lacey. In the right field, Griffey will make the catch. 1 out for North, who's 0 for 1. Hume doing all right at the bad inning. Pitch to North. There's a base hit left center field. Geronimo will cut it off, and North has himself a single. Brings you up Yeager, who doubled and scored in the third. North not going to steal here. Covington was... Nope. Apachatter says he thought Covington was the capital of Kentucky because that was the side of the river with the free parking for Reds games. No, that's called Nirvana for a Reds fan. Pitch to Yeager is in the left center field. Geronimo coming in, makes the catch. North will go back and tag, and there's 2 out. Sutton this time's going to have to hit. He's 7 for 39 on the year. Has scored 8 runs. Bunted his first time up. Walked 3 times and struck out 7. Big Clue says that Bellevue has free parking, too. A quarter mile from the Party Source liquor store, which would give you a place to stop on the way home after a loss. So that's important. Throw to first. North is back. Pitch to Sutton. Struck him out. So Sutton goes down. He looked at strike 3 on a 1-2 fastball, and that will retire the side. The Dodgers get a hit, and that's it. No runs, no errors. After 4, it's the Dodgers 2, the Reds 1. And as we all say, but please drink responsibly. So Carell, Hume, and Rose to face Sutton here in the top of the 5th. Carell struck out his first time up. Pitch from Sutton. And there's a liner to center. North is there for the out. Oh, that would have been interesting. The Great American, new park in Newport, so the Riverside view in the outfield showcase the Cincy skyline. It's important that we see the Flynn building in Cincinnati. You can't see anything on the North Kentucky side where it's located now. That is true. Tom Hume has struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Sutton. And it gets away from Yeager. Hume struck out, and Yeager dropped it to throw to first in time. That's why I mentioned the Flynn building, right? Yes. Baby, if you ever wondered. No, you never did. Here's Rose. He's 1 for 2. He is struck out and singled. Yep. I would still rather lose with the Reds than win with the Cubs or the Cardinals. The problem is I've gotten the chance to prove it lately. Sutton threw 18 batters, 69 pitches, 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits, no homers, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. The run is earned. Rose is singled and struck out. Pitch to Pete. Got him! Sutton got him. He tipped it in the glove of Yeager, and that will retire the side. Time for the break. Halfway home. 2-1 Dodgers. Is this it? That's it. Yeah, the Dodgers had a fantastic farm system. The Reds got on the board first. A ground fielder's choice by Geronimo made it 1-0. Then the Dodgers put 2 on the board in the third. Davey Lopes singled home Steve Yeager, and Steve Garvey, who we've been told is not an RBI machine, doubled to score Bill Russell to make it 2-1. 2 cell phone ads. There you go. And the pitching is pretty even Steven right now. So Hume 6 hits through 4, Sutton 3 hits through 5. Davey Lopes is 2 for 2. He has singled twice and driven in a run. Hume threw 18 batters, 59 pitches, 4 innings. 6 hits, he's walked 1 and struck out 2. Papa John's in Sprint. Along with an ad for Alienware. Pizza. Pitch to Lopes. He's not going to bunt. He's 3 for 3 as he punches that one into center field. For Bill Russell, who doubled his last time up, he's 1 for 2. And that's the whole point, Lorenzo. Gaming should hurt. If you didn't feel anything with it, why would you do it? Kenny Castro waiting patiently for the Krispy Kreme ad. Runner goes. Lopes gets a good jump. The throw down to Kennedy is not in time, and that's the 19th steal for Lopes. The Reds did pitch out, but it was all for naught, and the count to Russell is a ball and no strikes. No charge for that pop psychologist quip. What? Nah. No, you can pay me. Krispy Kreme advertising on Twitch. Magic 8 Ball says Outlook's not so good. I'm just saying, you know. There we go. Yeah. I love Krispy Kreme when they have their Stop Here Now side. Paid in full. Thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Pitch to Russell is a line drive to right. Griffey's there and 1 out. Steve Garvey wasn't an RBI machine. He drove in 113 in 1978. He's the very definition of an RBI machine. 1 out. He's got 1 a day on the double. 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And there's a pop-up. Kennedy. Infield fly rule not needed. 2 out. Lorenzo going to go get some coffee. Brings up Ron Say, who's 0 for 1. So Lopes on second. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Pitch got away from Corral, and Lopes will go to third on the wild pitch. Yeah, because he gives me bits. So it'll change. So the count is 2-2 to Say. And Lopes dancing off a third. Pitch from Hume. Say draws a walk. Not sure they mind that too terribly much with a struggling Dusty Baker at the plate. Dusty 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So Lopes on third. Say on first. 2 out. 2-1 Dodgers. Corral and Hume have a few words. Hume from the stretch delivers, and Baker strikes out. He swung on and missed the fastball, and the Dodgers leave 2 on. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 5, it's the Dodgers 2, the Reds 1. Griffey, Concepcion, and Foster do up. You're welcome, because I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati. So Griffey is 0 for 2. Sutton has struck out 7 through 5. Turned out he's pitching a pretty good ball game. Pitch to Ken, ground ball to third. Say over to first, 1 out. Brings up Concepcion as 1 for 2. Has singled and grounded into a double play. Reds have 3 hits. Dodgers 7. Make it 4 as he punches that one into center field for Foster, who has singled and struck out. Sutton, 83 degrees now here at the stadium. No wind at all. Pitch to Foster. Struck him out. That's 8 for Sutton. A 2-2. Just caught the inside corner. And Foster looks incredulous. which is a word you'll not hear on a Fortnite stream. So Dan Dreesen is 0 for 1 with a walk. Concepcion on first. 2 outs, top the 6th. 2-1 Dodgers. We ended up even with Tom Hume on the mound for the Reds in a pitcher's duel. Here's the pitch. Dreesen, line drive to Lopes, and that will retire the side. No runs. The Reds leave a runner on the hit, no errors. 5.5 in the books. It's the Dodgers 2, the Reds 1. Eventually they will pinch hit, probably Auerbach. Lacey is 0 for 2. North and Yeager to follow here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 Dodgers. Los Angeles has stranded 6, the Reds 4. Pitch to Lacey is a line drive to Dreesen, 1 away. So the Reds play for a bunt for Billy North, who is 1 for 2. North's got himself a single. Hume's pitch, and North punches this one into left field for a single. And so let's see what they do. Yeager has a double and a run scored. That came in the 3rd. North will go. Carrell will throw down to Kennedy, and North has his 10th of the year in the National League. So no chance in an easy stolen base, and so Yeager has a runner in scoring position and a 1-strike count. Pitch to Steve. Struck him out. The 4th for Hume. He tipped it in the glove, an 0-2 fastball. And that'll bring up Sutton, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Lorenzo is so worried he's chewing on DJ John's fingernails. Pitch to Sutton. Struck him out. So Hume got out of it, this time on a 1-2 curve. We go to the 7th. The Dodgers hanging on 2-1. Geronimo, Kennedy, and Carrell to face Sutton here in the top of the 7th. Cesar drove in the lone run on a fielder's choice. Lee's real first name is Leonis. Not a thing. And we certainly didn't pick on you at all. Louisville? Really? Pitch to Geronimo. Struck him out. That's 9 for Sutton. A 1-2 fastball at the belt. Lorenzo hoping to get the last 9 outs. Kennedy is 0 for 1. He is walked and struck out. Sutton from the line, and there's a ground ball to Say. Makes a diving stop over by the line. Throw to first. In time. What a play by Say. Lorenzo might have been a good pitcher in 1978. Certainly was young enough. The computer controls the Reds, not me. Vic Carrell is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. I control the Dodgers. The computer controls the Reds. Look. Hey, what do you say? Pitch to Corral. Got him, and that's 10 for Sutton. He swung on and missed a 2-2 fastball. Stretch time, 2-1 Dodgers. And remember, Nancy Dell says go to your local Ralph's and get a big old package of Farmer John smoked sausages today. Because there's nothing better in the Dell than a piece of Farmer John. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Lopes is 3 for 3. He has singled 3 times, stolen a base, and driven in a run. Hume, 6 innings, 8 hits, 93 pitches. He has walked 2 and struck out 5. I always play the home team unless it's the Red Sox. Just to be fair. And if the Reds win, will they bring Lorenzo a friendly... No, what's the hot dog they serve in Cincinnati? All that meat packing there must have been some good hot dogs at Crossley and Riverfront. Pitch to Lopes is strike 3. Hume got him on an 0-2 swinging. And that's 6 for Hume. Oscar Mayer. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that was local. It is a Cincinnati brand. Okay. Russell 1 for 3. He's doubled and scored. See, I learned something today. Thanks, Big Clue. Pitch to Russell is into left field. Back goes Foster in the corner or in the alley, and that will be 2 out. For Steve, I'm not an RBI guy, Garvey, who was 1 for 3. He doubled and drove in his 52nd. Yeah, that's why I said it. Cincinnati used to be called Porkopolis, so intertwined with the areas with the German immigration and meatpacking industry. And, of course, Oscar Mayer would fit. As a name with Blolgna. Pitch to Garvey. In the center field, Geronimo will make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Sutton giving me the fatigue warning after 7. Dodgers 2, the Reds 1. So I imagine the computer will pinch hit for Hume here, who has struck out both times. And Mike Lum, first off the bench. Lum at 241, 3 homers and 15 RBI. Oscar Mayer's good, but not Dodger dog quality, says Lorenzo. Pitch to Lum is a line drive to Lopes. 1 away. Brings up Rose, who's 1 for 3. He has struck out twice and singled. Sutton, through 27 batters, 107 pitches, 7 1/3 innings, 4 hits. The run is earned. He walked 2 and struck out 10. I don't think they are. They might be sold in Arizona. They're probably not sold in San Francisco. I really bet it's a Southern California thing. Although Lorenzo can tell me if they sell them in Fresno. Pitch to Rose is a line drive right field. That got past Garvey. Rose is going for 2, and the tying run is on with 1 out. And Ken Griffey at the plate is 0 for 3. So it's bite your fingernail time here again at Dodger Stadium. Yep, the belly flop into second base. The flying hair and the flying helmet. Pitch to Griffey is a ground ball to first. Garvey takes it to the bag. Rose will go to third, and there is 2 out for Concepcion, who was 2 for 3, is singled twice, and grounded into a double play. The Reds fans are piping up. From the stretch, into center field, North finds the ball in the glove, and that will retire the side. The Reds strand a runner. No hits and no errors on the hit. Pedro Bourbon coming in. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 2-1 Los Angeles. Only in Dodger Stadium. Again, the computer runs the Reds. Pedro Bourbon is making his 34th relief appearance of the year. He's got a 3.86 ERA, a record of 4-1 with a save. Against the Dodgers, he's gone 4 times and has been hammered. 3 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 3, and that ERA is 18.90. Last time out was last night against the Dodgers. He's the one that pooped the bed. A third of an inning, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned, with 2 walks. Ooh, love sausages. So 37 1/3 innings, 39 hits, 17 runs, 16 earned, 2 homers. He's walked 7 and struck out 17. Wow, yeah, 18.90. Skyline Chili. a sweet chili. Here's Say. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Bourbon can go 60 pitches. Lefties eat him alive. Pitch to Say is a fly ball to deep left field. Foster is there, 1 out. Dusty Baker's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Foster, Dreesen, and Geronimo do up for the Reds in the 9th. Bourbon delivers. Baker into left field. Foster will turn and watch it go. So Dusty Baker gives the Dodgers a big insurance run. It's 3-0. See, sausage is a health food. If you don't challenge your heart, it won't be there when you need it. Oh! Bitter much? Not the first time Dusty Baker has screwed the Reds. So here it is again to Baker. And that ball was right in the bleachers in left center. So here's Lacey. He's 0 for 3. Pitch to Lee is in the center field. Geronimo takes a step back. 2 out for North, who has singled twice and stole a base. He's got 10 now. Bourbon's pitch, and North ground ball, base hit left side. So 2 out for Yeager, who is 1 for 3. He has doubled and struck out along with scoring a run. Sutton on deck, and he's still got something left in the tank for the 9th. Throw to first, North is back. Reds fans getting salty in the chat. Pitch to Yeager, struck him out, so Bourbon does a good job. The curve caught the inside corner, and the Dodgers go down, but they get another run on the solo shot by Baker. 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 9th. It's the Dodgers 3, the Reds 1. So Foster, Dreesen, and Geronimo, and Junior Kennedy. If needed, 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They've left 8. The Reds 1 run on 5 hits and no errors. Well, he gave up 5 earned runs the night before. What did you want? That's an improvement. Pitch to Foster is in the center field for a base hit. So Dreesen, the tying run, is 0 for 2 with a walk. Now the Reds fans are chewing on the Dodger fans' fingernails. Keep Diane Cannon's fingers out of your mouth. Pitch to Dreesen. Snap throw to first, and Foster's back. So it's ball 1, and Yeager trying to catch George napping. This time his pitch is strike 3. Got him looking at a 1-2. So 1 out for Geronimo, who's 0 for 3. So the Dodgers want a double play. Sutton trying to get the complete game. Here's the pitch. Popped up left side. Russell makes the grab, 2 out. And so now Kennedy is the last chance. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Ratcats rooting against the Reds. Yeager and Sutton have a conversation. Sutton from the stretch. Kennedy into left field. Baker will make the grab, and the Dodgers win the ball game. So the Dodgers win for the 2nd straight night. They have beaten the Reds 3-1. And this is not what Cincinnati needed. So Tom Hume goes to 1-9. 7 innings. 8 hits. Oh, did we take some time out of your busy day, Dave? 2 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. The Dodgers get a complete game from Don Sutton. He is a 10-game winner in 78. He goes 9 innings, 6 hits, a run, it was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 11. And Don Sutton is our Digital Dice Player of the Game. Digital Dice, the best podcast on the internet for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. All right, so let's go through the rest of the day. The Mets beat the Pirates 5-1. Craig Swan goes to 9-4. Phillies beat the Cubs. The Phillies are in first place. They win 8-5. Jim Cott gets the win. He goes to 5-3. Dave Kingman with a homer. Craig Swan, by the way, threw a 3-hitter against Pittsburgh. Boston beats Baltimore 7-3. Louis Tiant goes to 5-4. Butch Hobson, 2 home runs. We got a whole mess of highlights to go through here. The Braves shut out San Francisco 3-0. Phil Niekro goes to 9-6. Toronto 3, Cleveland 1. Jim Clancy goes to 3-7. The Yankees beat the Tigers 8-4. Craig Nettles, 2 homers. He has 14 on the year. Ken Clay gets the win. He goes to 4-0. Milwaukee beats Seattle 4-2. Jerry Augustine goes to 7-6. Behind an 18-hit attack, Kansas City beats Oakland 14-2. George Brett 3-for-4 with his 5th homer. Andy Hassler goes to 4-3. Hal McRae with 4 hits. Montreal 3-1 over St. Louis. Silvio Martinez throws 7 innings and loses. Woody Fryman gets the win. Alice Valentine is 13th. Home run. The White Sox beat the Twins 9-5. Wilbur Wood goes to 4-6. John Matlack shuts out the Angels. Texas 2-0. He goes to 9-2. San Diego, wow, this is all in one game, gets 19 hits. They steal 8 bases, including 6 from Dave Winfield. It goes 6 for 7. A 13-inning game. They beat Houston 6-5. And so that is the rest of your day in baseball. The Tigers and the Yankees tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Standings as we leave you. Philadelphia is in first place in the East in the National League by a game over Pittsburgh. Montreal's 6 back. Dodgers lead over Houston is 3, 6.5 over the Reds. Yankees by 3 over the Orioles and 5.5 over the Red Sox. And Kansas City now leads the Angels by 1 game. As it stands on the 24th of June, all 4 real division leaders lead. Dave Gardner and I, 6:30 tonight. We'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.